It's just a handful of equations that tell you how much wood you need for the floor, wood you need for the walls, drywall, even paint, information about roofing.
Who says you need to know complex math skills to build a tiny home? The folks at VCalc have done the math for you. It's one of 12,000 calculators they offer on their popular website that's commonly referred to as the Wikipedia of calculators.
Where people who understand how math works in any topic, and it could be rocket science or literally a rock garden, and people can create calculators to share with people on the internet.
Owner Kurt Heckman and his team in Hagerstown created the website, which allows other people, mostly college students and professors, to create and share calculators with people around the world.
I'm always intrigued and excited by how people who live their lives and have to solve a certain problem on a regular basis and realize other people do too. They're like, I'm going to build this and share. Like, we have a professor from, I think it's the University of Wisconsin. He wrote a beautiful paper on how to build a sandbag wall to keep floodwaters out. And in it, buried in this 8-page paper, were 8 equations on like how much sand you need or how many bags or how to stack them, etc. So he put those equations in VCalc, and now that gets called up during flood times.
Farmers turn to the corn yield calculator.
There was a professor from the University of Maryland Ag Extension who would walk people through how to estimate how much corn their field will have while the corn is still standing. So it's a step process, you go through it, and the end of it is you basically put in how many ears of corn, how many kernels, etc., and then you put in how much land you have. So I'll put in 256 acres, and it tells me I'm going to get 3,291 bushels of corn.
My personal favorite calculator is the Jelly Bean Guess Calculator, which, not surprisingly, I hear is very popular around Easter time.
With some basic geometry, you basically say, okay, there's a bowl and it's shaped a certain way, and the jelly beans are about that high, and then you pick which one it is, and we'll give you a pretty good answer on how many jelly beans there are, and it gets traffic all the time.
Heckman says a lot of the calculators don't involve complex math, but it sure can save people a lot of time or satisfy someone's curiosity. Employee and hunter Andrew Budd recently created a calculator to figure out how much meat you can expect to get off of a deer.
So I was kind of thinking I could make something based on just the weight of the deer. You could either after it's been dressed or just the live weight, and based on that and some ratios of the age of the deer and whether it's male or female, you can get a pretty good idea of how much meat you can expect to get off of it.
VCalc is helping people solve problems all over the world, and some people have created calculators in different languages.
We have a university in Nairobi, Kenya that we work with, and they've been really great for us because even though we try to build tools that are international level, having users on a regular basis from someplace else and them giving us feedback, that has been really helpful.
Heckman predicts his offerings will only expand in the future because, after all,
math is in everything. I mean, every time I think I've discovered something there's no math in it, I'm usually proven wrong.
And VCalc is making things easier for college students by offering open source textbooks with pop-up calculators when you hover over formulas. But make no mistake, Heckman says while his site offers time-saving tools, he's a firm believer in learning and understanding the math, not just finding the answer. I'm Nancy Yamada for Your Money and Business.